Hi guys, welcome back to the channel The Duke of SUV. So in today's video we'll be talking about the 2026 Subaru Outback. Yes, we've made another video, links a previous video about the compact SUV of this vehicle, which is the Outback. Sorry, which is the first time. We've made a video about it where I say that this is absolutely like this is how an off-roader should always look like, being the size. You understand? My reason of saying it is because you know that you haven't seen where they are doing a racing competition with SUV, especially when it involves in all these sharp cutting and quick spin of it. In SUV can't do it like that, otherwise it's likely to roll over. The only place you can see where an SUV are being used for real is in, let me say, extreme sports. But for this type and for this shape of Subaru, they are mainly used for good off-roading, especially for families, or let me say adventure, most especially for families. I'm not saying that the regular SUV, just like Highlander and Co, can do it, but I have my reason of saying this is better suited for all of that. But anyway, in today's video we have here the Subaru Outback, which is being redesigned for the 2020s. Since the 2025 Subaru, it doesn't look like much SUV. This one do look very much more like an SUV compared to the 2026 Outback, which looks more like a wagon than an SUV. You understand? So I think they are trying to upgrade it to that level where it has to look like the same SUVs, because even an upgrade they did inside it, such as the cargo space and the interior, they've heightened the height and adjusted the length of the vehicle very small. So they are trying to, I think with time or generation, I think they might upgrade it to that level. You understand? But for this video, seeing this Outback now, you guys will see that it have undergone a major redesign, which is very good thing, and I do love this 2026 design. 2025 is not bad, you understand, but it's kind of a wagon. But for the 2026, it's much more, just looking at it, it's much more extreme, safe, extreme, durable, and ready to take on anything that comes in its way. You can see, just if you take your time and look at it, it's very well robust. Like it's very well, like the makers of this vehicle, the way they handled it is very much bulkier, robust, durable, with the way it looks and everything. Even the headlights, which the upper part will be turn signal and your daytime running light. Then you do have your projector high and low beam, which are also adaptable. And right below it, you do have your fog lights, and even the front grille, everything are being padded to go for an extreme test. Most especially the wilderness trim. The wilderness trim looks much more very aggressive than the rest. You can see it here on the picture, but that's just it. This vehicle, it looks much more ready to talk on anything, just like the Tacoma or Forerunner in terms of Toyota or other SUV you guys are talking about. Even the rear do looks very well good as well. You understand? They are trying to imitate that SUV form of a thing in their way. But seeing the interior of this vehicle is one of the things I do like. This vehicle, I could say that the Subaru company, should I say, they are not the only one doing good share, but I will, how would I put this in English? I will say they did a very good thing by trying to image old old fashion and new fashion in the same time, which is like, if you look this vehicle, it's kind of partial old trim and partial new trim in terms of the digital displays. sorry, in terms of the digital screen displays, both for the infotainment screen and cluster gauge, which are fully reconfigurable depending on your own customization. You do have your few technology features. And coming to the seat material, you do have your leather seating, semi-aniline, and so many options of material depending on your liking. And you do have your 10-way power adjusting with lumbar support and your 3-way person memory seat. Another thing there is the this thing. They have what is called this thing. I've forgotten it, but let me start from the engine. Yes, they do have your two engine option, which is the normal four, they call it boxer 4-cylinder engine. This one, for let me start with the first one, boxer 4-cylinder engine, which produces 180 horsepower and I think 200 pound-feet of torque. And your lineartronic CVT. I haven't seen Subaru including something like 6 speed or 5 speed. Instead, they are using always CVT and symmetrical all-wheel drive. This is another technology and logic of its own, unlike the rest of the vehicle, but they call it lineartronic CVT. Second powertrain will be 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with the same lineartronic CVT. You guys understand? So I think this 2.5-liter turbocharged will be producing 260 horsepower and 256 pound-feet of torque. The only difference with the other 4-cylinder is almost 60 difference in horsepower. But for me, I think I'll go for the non-turbo than the turbo. But depending on which choice you want, I think you may have it. Otherwise, everything in the vehicle looks absolutely fine. I haven't seen where the lineartronic CVT have been put in motion or how reliable it is, but anyway, CVT as CVT, or maybe the Subaru technology may be much better, just like the Toyota do decided to better their own ECVT. You understand? So, going back to that interior, everything, both the infotainment screen display and cluster gauge display, even the dashboard as well, will be all finished in a good material. Most especially, they will be padded finishing. Yes, they will be soft padded finishing depending on the color. In terms of color, it just goes with you and the dealers in here, but it does vary. Not what you get here, it's what you get here. It just depends on your choice. And seeing the interior like this, I do love how everything here is being personalized. Now, this is where I do say that I love how they put both the old fashion and new fashion together. It's by this dual zone climate control. Just like last year was screen before. Yes, it was fully digital before, but I think this year decided to bring back the analog buttons, which is a very good thing to have. You do have your your electronic controller shifter at the middle, your cup holders and your storage, your wireless phone charging, and your multi drive controls button at the lower part. You do have your um interior rear view mirror, or which can be auto dimming or camera position. And if you put this vehicle in reverse now, one thing you notice that they do go into reverse as well. Yes, like they do have a 360-degree rear view camera, which do have a better resolution to as you like, or even though without going into reverse. For being an SUV, most especially the wilderness mode, they do give you a normal 360-degree camera for you to navigate the rough terrain that you have been going through during the driving. Yes, for you to navigate it easily. You do have your paddle shifters as well as your sunroof. I do mention before that the interior revenue are auto dimming and camera powered as well. If you feel like to go use the camera, you use the camera. If you feel like to use the normal mirror, you use it. Anyone you do want. And it does come with 6 speaker sound system. Coming to the second row seat of this vehicle, just like its predecessors or rivals, there's not much more difference here. It does give you an excellent leg room and headroom. And mind you, this is not a 3 seaters SUV or Honda, but instead a 2 seaters. Which gave it an advantage, or let me say, equal room to most of the rivals, just like the RS 350. But all I know is that the second row seat is quite comfortable all the way. So another thing that like they offer this thing, second row seat, second row seat heating. Yes, their second row seats have the capability to heat. Those are two-stage power heating for both for the left and right. But as well, you do have your pockets and cables which will be running through there. That's a very good thing for Subaru to include for their customers. Then coming to the trunk capacity of this vehicle, the trunk capacity is not like anything we've ever seen. The trunk capacity here is so massive that most of the drivers are fully challenged. But anyway, seeing this cargo space now, it is being seeing the cargo space, it is 30 cubic feet with the second row seat up, and all the way to 60 or 75 cubic feet with the second row seats folded down. Those are such a great numbers to have. And if you look at the height of this vehicle are being extended, unlike the previous last year, you understand, the height of it are being extended. But anyway, I think just like I said, they are trying to maybe one day regret that they have gone from this to that. I think so. But anyway, that's what I just think for the Subaru Outback and Forster. Another thing there is the spare tire. They do offer you a spare tire, which is a very good thing, especially for the type of vehicle that it is. And also, you do have your very well extended roof rack. If you feel like your package can fit only in the boot, they do have your roof rack. And this vehicle has the ability to do up to 3,000 tons of capacity or heavy load, which I've been to, such as ship, speedboat, and another vehicle of its own, depending. So that's all for today's video, guys. If you do make it this far and watch, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe you comment your best parts in the video. That's all for today's video, guys. So see you guys in the next video, and thanks for watching.